Hi, welcome to Quality Metal Carports. Today, we are going to be covering how to use our 3D builder to build your dream garage. So first, we got our website at qualitymetalcarportsca.com. From here, we have the access to the 3D builder right here. We can also go to our garage page. From here, we can get started right here. Or we can select one of these options right here. So you have the standard width, the triple wide, or the wide lean-tos. And I'll kind of talk about what each of these are. But first, let's go and get started. So by clicking that button, it's going to take us to our 3D builder. From here, we have the option to select one of our 30 states that we service. I'm going to click California. And then from here, we can get started. So right off the bat, we have our 3D builder, and it can kind of be intimidating at first when you first kind of hop into it. So we want to kind of make it a little bit more user-friendly. We're going to go over here to the right-hand side where it says background on this bar. Click on this little eye, and it's going to allow us to kind of see it with the actual background, kind of see okay, this is what it's going to look like in the real world. So we have this garage. We want to build a garage. So there's a lot of different options right here. We have carports, garages, commercials, barns, freestandings. So let's say you want to build a garage. So let's click right here. We have three options: a standard garage, a triple wide, or a garage with a lean-to. So what's the difference between a standard, triple wide, and a garage with a lean-to? For pretty much, they're going to be the same thing for the most part. I think the only main difference is between the standard and the triple wide. They come in the same length, they come in the same heights. The only main difference between the triple wide and the standard is that the triple wide is going to have more structural support because it is wider. With the garage with the lean-to, it's going to be the same thing with the standard garage, except it's going to have the option where it has a built-in lean-to right here on the side. So let's say you wanted to use your garage for a workspace and then have a lean-to to park your car. Or maybe you have two cars in here and then you had a third car that you don't really care about so much, so you park it outside. That's always an option. So for right now, I'm just going to go with the standard garage. And we are greeted with this. So this box right here isn't nothing too special just yet, but we're going to go run through the list and kind of get this set up. So first, we have our choice of roof style. We have three main choices: the regular, which is going to be the most cost effective. So if you're looking to save on costs, the regular might be for you. As we notice right here, the panels are going horizontal along the ridge, so that's going to save on panel costs. A-frame horizontal is pretty much the same thing as regular when it comes to the panel's direction. The main difference is, as we see right here, the curvature, it's just more aesthetic. Some people like the A-frame horizontal because they like the aesthetic of it. It looks similar to a house. We see right here, there's an overhang of about 6 inches on each side. So this 20 by 30 is going to be from the edge of here to the edge of here. So it's more like 19 and a half or 19 by 29. And then this is going to be the extra 6 inches on each side. So yeah, so we have A-frame horizontal. The panel goes horizontally down the ridge. We have A-frame vertical, which is kind of the same A-frame aesthetic, where the main difference is that now the panel is going vertically along the ridge. It is going to be the more costly of the three options. That's just because we use more panels and we have to use more structural support inside of the carport. So right here, we can see these ridges, these braces. They add more support to your roof. So the A-frame vertical to be the more costly of the three, but people choose it because in cases of like heavy snow or heavy rain, the A-frame vertical is going to provide more support and more durability in cases of heavy weather. So those are the three options. We can choose our width. We can choose our length of our building. So let's say I wanted to go 24 by, we had a customer come in, they wanted to build a 100-foot garage. So more like a workshop. It was pretty big. So that's how wide it is. It's about 24 feet wide, 100 feet long. Let's make it up to 14 feet high. So when it comes to the height of your garage, I believe anything under 12 feet is fine, but anything over 12 feet is going to need additional bracing. So that might add a little bit more to your cost. So if you're looking to save on costs, you might want to keep it under 12 feet. So for right now, let's go ahead and do that. We have a 12-foot high garage legs. We also have different roof pitches that we can choose. We also have different gauges of metal or metal tubing that we can use. So the main difference between the 12 gauge and the 14 gauge is the 12 gauge to be more sturdy for your building. So if you want premium quality, I would go with the 12 gauge. If you want to look on saving on cost, but still kind of have a quality material, the 14 gauge might be right for you. So for right now, I'm going to keep it at 14. We can add a lean-to to this building by clicking right here. So a lean-to was like what we saw earlier, where it was like an offhang of the building. So you can add one in your front of your building if you wanted. We can raise the height, the width, the length, the roof pitch of the lean-to. We can add one to the right side or to the left side. And then we can also have them wrap around. So right now we notice there's a gap right here on either side. So let's go ahead and click on these wrap. So we can wrap around the building. So we can create this cool little effect. So if that's what you're looking for, you can leave that on. If not, I'm going to take it off. Okay, so I don't want to lean-to for this building. So I'm going to take those off. From here, we have other options to add it to the back. Let's say we want to have vertical panels on the side. So we notice right here, by clicking this vertical panels, it changes the direction of your walls. So by default, most of our garages are starting off with horizontal panel. That's to save on cost. But if you wanted vertical paneling, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But again, with the vertical panels, just like the A-frame vertical, it's going to be a little bit more weather resistant because of how the panels are directed, and it's less of a chance of water or other materials getting through. So yeah, so within the center building, we can change it up. So let's say we don't want this opened or we don't want this closed. So let's go ahead and change that up to open. So we can leave it open. So let's say you wanted to park an RV in there. So you just left that open. So you can totally do that if that's what you wanted. You can also open up the back wall. So that way it's just like that. You can even say, hey, I just want a gable, or I just want a gable right here. So you're able to have this gable at the top if that's kind of the aesthetic you're looking for. You can also have it like maybe halfway enclosed or 1/4 enclosed. So that way it provides some protection from the sun whenever it's setting or rising, depending on your specific need. I'm going to go ahead and close these up. Okay, let me actually open up the front wall. So yeah, so from here, we can also add storage to your building. So let's say you wanted to partition your building up into multiple rooms. So we can see right here, this is a left storage, like a left storage utility closet. You can also do it just to the back if that's what you're looking for. So this will be like a storage area right here. Let's change that to like 30 feet. So there's a storage facility right here. So you can have one room right there and another room right here. You can also add doors to that, but let's go and skip that for right now. Let's do that. Okay, so we have our building. We can also add insulation. So inside our building, if we wanted insulation, we can definitely add insulation to your full building. The only thing is right here, we're not gonna be able to see it, but within your quote, we're able to add that into the price. That way we can put our metal insulation side up here. We can also change the color of our building. So we can have the roof color right here. I personally like this black color right here. For the walls, I am going to choose this gray, maybe this lighter gray right here. From here, we can also do the trim color. I think I'm a fan of this gray on gray right here. We can also add the wainscot to your building. Wainscot is an option, aesthetic option for your building. Right here, we can see right here, this brown paneling. Let's go ahead and change that color up. So let's say you wanted a two-tone building. We can definitely do something like that. So that's what wainscot does, what it looks like. Let's add our doors. So let's say you wanted a couple doors on your side of your building. We have roll-up doors, we have commercial doors. I'm gonna go and add some roll-up doors right here. I'm gonna add a couple of them. Oof. So yeah, these can get really big really fast. Let me go ahead and change up the size. So we can just click on a door and this little edit button. We're able to edit this specific door. So let's go down to 10 by 10. So yeah, so that's a 10 by 10 door on the building. I'm going to go ahead and delete these actually. So instead of doing these individually, I'm just going to clone them. So I'm gonna click on this one right here. I'm gonna clone it, have multiple right here. I'm gonna clone that one, and one more time. So yeah, so now I have about 5 doors. So it's a pretty big workshop. Let's say I want to edit all of these. I am going to go ahead and go right here on the top right-hand side of this little toolbar. If I click on center line, it's going to center these doors up. So that way I don't have to really worry about, hey, is it center? Is it not center? It kind of does that for me. So I have a couple doors right there. Let's say I want to add like an access door so that we can like walk in and out of. So how do we do that? we can add a framed opening. So that's like a walk-in door, just the opening. I don't necessarily want that for this instance. We can do a walk-in door frame out. We can do a walk-in door itself. So within walk-in doors, we have a couple options. We have a man door, diamond window, a cottage, and a heavy duty door. I'm going to go and do this diamond window, just so that way, whenever I go into the shop, I'm going to be able to see kind of the inside and kind of make sure everything's good. So yeah, so I can move this around wherever I want. I can add another one back here if I wanted to. I can also add windows to my shop. So let's say I wanted to add a couple of windows or a couple of window frame outs. I can also do that. So I'm going to add a window right here. Put it right here. And just like the doors, by clicking on that little pencil icon, you're able to change the size of your window to make it a little bit bigger or not bigger. Let's go ahead and clone that one more time. So I have two windows on this side. All right, maybe I'll center that. I am gonna center them. Okay, that looks decent. Okay, so I have my building right here. As I go down to this next tab right here where it says options, I'm able to do various different things, various upgrades to my building. We might not be able to see them within the 3D builder, but these are options that you should take into consideration when you're building your building. We can, if you want to get your building certified, we can definitely get it certified 105 miles per hour, 30 PSF certified. If you wanted to upgrade your paneling from our paneling options are 29 gauge and 26 gauge. By default, we use our 29 gauge paneling. It's a little bit more cost effective for our customers, but it does offer some great strength and durability. If you wanted to look for a more durable option, 26 gauge paneling is available. So we can definitely upgrade your paneling to that if you wanted a more secure and sturdy building. We can also have colored screws to your building. So that way it kind of blends in with your building. We can add mobile home anchors to your building. By default, we install rebar anchors, which are more of a temporary solution. Mobile home anchors are going to secure your building to the foundation. We also have asphalt anchors. We have wall-on brackets, tighten screws, extra trussels, and then there's other options to see like, hey, I'm installing on asphalt, I'm installing on gravel, I'm installing on ground. So that we're able to see in the 3D builder, we can see what that kind of looks like, or what we can see what that visual looks like. For this instance, but concrete with quality metals, we do require the job site to be level before we install. And then after all that, we're going to want to save our quote. So if we click this button, so it's going to ask us for our information. So you can go ahead and fill out your information from this point, and then one of our sales agents should be able to get your quote out to you. It should take within 24 to 48 hours to get you your quotes, and that's kind of what to expect from our process. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at info@qualitymetalcarportca.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.